I am an observer of human nature and the dreamer of audacious dreams.
You ready? You good?
I had sat back and like it was like I said, oh shit, this hit me. I was having fuck. All right, I'm ready. I'm good.
All right. What's going on,
I'm
man?
gonna stand very still so y'all don't hear.
They can see you though.
Oh, hello. What's good?
What's going on, man?
Let me tell you something. Y'all, hello. Hello, Jamie. Good
Hey,
sir.
Warren, good to see you. Hey, everybody.
Welcome back. Yo, so quick recap. I went to the cabins Valentine's Day weekend, which y'all slick. I forgot it was Valentine's Day weekend.
You had a cabin trip?
I did. I went on a cabin trip.
Okay.
For a friend's birthday. It was really cool.
That's becoming like a little inaugural situation.
Yes. Right? It's. I think she's gonna try to do one every year. It's really, really great. It's a nice escape. In case you didn't know what that meant. Yeah, it was cool. We went to the Smoky Mountains, which I know why they call them that now because it's foggy as fuck. Yeah, it's actually very difficult to see like at night. But what's crazy is like it was like in Tennessee, maybe 4 hours from here. And we were driving through the mountains and I was riding with my homegirl and we both saw a sign that said watch for elk. Yeah. And we got quiet, and then I turned down the radio, and she was like, did that sign just say watch for elk? And I said, yeah, that's what it said. And she was like, wow, that's crazy. And then I looked out my window, and it was like 7 of them bitches just like chilling over here. Elks are big as fuck.
They're big deer.
They're like the last evolution of deer. It's so, it was crazy because I didn't know we had shit like that in the South. Like typically when I think about stuff like that.
You ever seen like elk and shit?
No.
They out here, bro. We got moose and everything.
Now that is alarming because I done seen moose on film.
Yeah, moose are out here, bro.
I gotta move.
I don't know that moose are actually out here. As I saw it, I'm like, all right, you know you never seen no damn
right,
moose.
I'm like, because I was about to be like, where did you see this moose? It was on Candler Road. I saw it just walking.
You know, plural moose is meese.
Is that a real thing?
No.
It's not moose? Oh, I was about to say Mises. Look at them Mises. Yeah, one moose is enough. It was crazy. It was beautiful being up there. Like,
you had a good time up there?
Yes, we got to see snow. It was in Pigeon Forge, actually, where we went.
Okay.
Which is an interesting little town. Dollywood is up there. It's
like
it's like Trump, but like, please, thank you for your tourism. It's like polite racism.
It's like 2014 white people.
Yes.
Yeah, before all the shit went down.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody was just quiet. They would like go drink their moonshine in peace. But now they're wearing hats and shit. So
like, hi, this is my hood. Yes. It was just like that. It was crazy. And it's also weird because we drove through like an Indian reservation, which I had never been on one of those. And, just sad. Did
you take the long way?
I don't know. I wasn't driving. I wasn't. It was
driving through elk and Native Americans.
The journey was pretty much the adventure. Yeah, it was very interesting. But yeah, y'all check out the Smoky Mountains.
Man, it ain't nothing like arriving to the house when you have been going through the hills and shit. When I remember we would go through these when we would take the cabin trips. We would go through the trip, go through the hills, and then at some point. You finally get to the driveway and see everybody. That's when we start playing that gospel music. You're like, oh, never would have made it.
Especially if you don't have 4-wheel drive. Because I fucked up one year and got in a Toyota Camry, going to a cabin. Don't do that. Yeah. Get in your friend with the SUV. Okay.
Hey, my car don't go that far. Not with them elk out there. But this is the Audacity podcast, and you had the audacity to go on a cabin trip. That's amazing.
Yeah, I did. Y'all guys,
in this economy.
If you can get away, get away.
Get away.
You got to get out your house sometimes.
That's good.
Jesus. What you been up to?
What have I been? Today I went on a bike ride. Just got in from a bike ride. I stumbled upon a Black History Month art show. Dope. That was pretty fun. A lot of hip young artists out there. They were a little bit too young for me. I'm like, okay, I see you, young blood, with your acrylics and whatnot. People selling rocks and stones.
Right.
And,
copper.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always a copper nigga. It's always a nigga with a copper bracelet.
It was 2 people there today. They had like tables on both sides, like just staring at each other. I could feel the tension. But it was that was dope to see. It's right down there. on the Beltline, right where they have the Black Lives Matter on the sidewalk.
I really need to go to the Beltline. I was telling you off camera, like I've not been in so long, probably since I lived in Buckhead. It's been over 2 years.
Oh wow!
Since I've been to the Beltline, and I know so much has changed. I really need to go down there and see.
Yeah, go check it out.
Yeah,
it's a lot of you can like just park on one side, and just go towards the people, but not actually get to them. If you like, if it's a COVID situation, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I was double masked up today, so.
Look, Dr. Fauci said y'all need to start wearing 2 masks.
Bro, the CDC, that's all they had to do. I always had like an extra mask, and then when they dropped that, hey man, y'all need to wear that 2 masks. I'm like, say less, my guy.
Just so we just figured out that 1 mask actually is not enough.
One mask ain't
that's all you niggas
nothing
get
this
sick.
whole time.
That's all y'all got it. Everybody got COVID because it was not working.
But I mean, also, it probably wasn't working also because you'd wear a mask, you'd go out. This motherfucker not wearing a mask
at all.
So that's 1 mask between 2 people. That ain't gonna do nothing.
Double it up.
Double the mask up, guys.
Yes. Yeah.
But anyway, so let me see. Oh, Valentine's Day weekend. I actually had a Valentine that weekend.
Come on.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Didn't do much. At first, first when you really just, say you acknowledge it, everybody just, keep going on about their day. But it was cool. I have been I started looking at dogs a little bit more. I know I'm allergic.
Okay.
I know. You know I'm allergic.
As long as you know.
I'm aware I'm allergic.
Okay.
I got the allergy test upstairs.
I look at niggas like that too when they be like, I think about getting a snake. I'm like, oh. You want a predator in your home. Cool.
Same thing that took out Jennifer Lopez Ice Cube. That's crazy.
What is
but no, I was looking at it for a while, but
Okay.
then I think I decided to like put it to the side because I was looking at that because, COVID, obviously, and, being in the house for a while. And I was like, recognizing that my mental mood wasn't, all the way how I like wanted it to be in certain things. Or, if I felt like, even in, like when I felt, more disconnected, I was thinking about like, oh man, you know what, maybe I should have a dog here to obey me and love me no matter what because I feed him.
I just need
or
somebody to love.
Exactly.
No, seriously, yes. We have a dog in the house. He's loved even when he's a dick.
Yeah.
They really are great mood enhancers.
Yeah. But I took a pause on it. I was like, you know what? Let me figure out what I can do.
Right.
Love myself before I need a dog to do it.
Have you been looking at any particular breed?
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
Oh, the breed? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like we'll see what happens. I don't want to say
love those
one.
breeds.
The hyperallergenic ones, though.
Right.
Because I do have allergies.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
Yes.
But if I do get one, then I would rather it, happen however it's
That shit is lit.
But we'll see what happens. Oh, I did go to a pet store. That's why I'm actually bringing it up. 'Cause I went to a pet store looking at dogs, and then I sat with one for like a minute. We was chilling. He was hanging out. I was hanging out. He peed. I ain't hold it against him. He was just nervous. There was a whole thing going on.
He was like, oh, I'm new.
Like,
I'm new. I'm new to this. I don't know.
Let me see. What else? So we had, I finished that. I told you we finished that short film, right?
Right.
Set drama, bro.
What is going on with the set?
Set drama.
Niggas just can't get together and create.
We can't just do a thing. We can't just come in here and do the thing. You ever, have a group and then 2 people get into it for any number of reasons, and you see both sides, and that's it. That's all you can really do. That's all. I mean,
That's why I don't do orgies no more. Like
Okay.
I don't have time.
Go on.
I just don't have time. Yeah.
I guess you don't have time. All right, cool.
Similar to being on set. It's
Yeah.
I see both sides, and I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
And then you're like, okay, yeah, all right. So yeah, that's been my time. Ups and downs, but we're here.
I cannot wait to see this film.
Man.
That you co-wrote and starred in.
Yeah.
Y'all, this man is very talented.
Co-starred.
He starred in it.
I was one of the stars.
So he started it. That's
like
all I heard.
It was like a
If I co-wrote and I'm in the movie, nigga, I'm the star. Okay, I am one of these. I'm a star. Okay, this man's very talented, y'all. Y'all spam his DMs. Y'all give Jamie the credit that is due because he be out here doing some stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna return your DMs, so don't even.
But just show the love.
No, you can show the love.
It's appreciated.
Yeah, it's appreciated. Yeah, that's 100%.
You need a publicist.
Yeah, that's true. I'm like, don't even look at my stuff.
I don't give a fuck.
Watch it or don't. It don't even
and
matter.
I ain't gonna respond.
That's not what they're here for.
At all.
Then, while we, had, pretty good times.
Yes.
They're here for the podcast.
Hey.
However, before we get there,
yes,
we got to give them some love and gratitude.
LG.
L and G. Multiplication, LG.
Ugh.
Gratitude and love, or?
Every time you do the math stuff in my
Okay,
brain,
sorry,
I heard
my
multiplication,
bad.
I was like...
But, hey, this segment's for you. We would like to say how much we appreciate you for coming and for clicking on that link today that you did. You could have been anywhere else on the internet. You could have been looking up what dog is the best breed for people with allergies. And then you can go down a rabbit hole and figure out, like, is that dog really hyperallergenic, or is this just something that people say? And then people are going to say, oh, well, no dog is actually hyperallergenic. And then you got to, go through that whole thing. But you didn't do that today. You didn't do any of that. You came here.
And we appreciate you.
100%.
We do. We love you guys. Couldn't do it without you. Appreciate your support.
Yeah. Proud of you for, doing all the things. Ready to move on?
Yes.
Let's get this podcast started.
All right. What we got?
So first, today's February 21st.
Okay. Because I did not know. I was like...
Also, John Lewis's birthday.
Oh, rest in power, John Lewis.
Shout out to John.
Real talk.
And I think that kind of, beginning made me think about, what, maybe we need to start actually talking about this whole Black History Month situation.
I'm with it. It's Black History Month, guys.
If you didn't know.
We definitely are going to highlight.
Yes, both of those.
We're going to put the spotlight on some people.
And then they'll be highlighted in your lives.
Some reason, because I feel like a lot of times during Black History Month, we talk about a lot of like people that like made history back in the day. Like, and unfortunately, there's still a lot of firsts, like for Black people, even in 2021, we still having first.
Yeah.
And so I definitely think we should highlight some people that have made Black history more recently.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree.
So what you got?
So, we got this guy, Jason Wright.
Yes.
Have you heard of Jason Wright?
I have.
Okay.
Very recently.
But it doesn't matter.
Right.
You heard of him. Some
I
people
did.
out there are like, who the hell is Jason Wright? And why have you said his name 4 times? We don't know who he is. Jason Wright is a Black history leader who's over the Washington Football Club.
Yes.
And those of you at home might be like, what the hell is a Washington Football Club? Sure. You know what it is.
Yes,
What's
I
the
do.
Washington Football Club?
I do. I used to be those of you at home until this man, let me tell you, he keeps me up to date with the sports. So the Washington Football Club, formerly known as the Redskins.
Oh.
Yes. Terrible name. Washington Football Club, I don't know if it's better, but this is where we are. But
They ain't racist.
he is the first Black president owner in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Huge deal. Like, we talk about ownership a lot, especially when it comes to like athletes. And
I don't know if he's the owner, but he's definitely the president.
The president.
Yeah.
He's a president.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't know the difference between the president and the owner, because both of you niggas sound like y'all in charge. Who in charge?
The owner.
Okay, so he is not the owner, so we still have work to do.
There's always work to do, guys.
Yes.
We're
But
waiting
it's a
on
big
you.
deal. It's a big deal. He's the first Black president in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over like a major like NFL team.
Yep. I mean, it's just, we always talk about, all the different steps that have to happen for, to even, see change. There's a lot of things that have to happen before, we see it. But also, these are one of those things, getting in the room of,
Right.
a lot of decision makers
Right.
to where, somebody's going to ask the question, should we fire this Black quarterback, during this, his, controversial time?
Right.
For, talking about Colin Kaepernick, for
Right,
example.
right.
And then we'll have somebody in the room that'll be like, you know what? No, this is a bad idea because of X, Y, and Z.
Right.
In that same vein, Cynthia Marshall, she's the CEO of the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes.
Have you heard of her?
Yes.
She's one of those phenomenal people that, got in the room.
Is she an owner?
No, she's, Mark Cuban is the owner.
Okay, so Mark Cuban, so she's the CEO, but that's not the president.
Correct. No, it's not, no. Yeah. It's like when you own something, but you don't want to manage it yourself.
Right.
You just want to go to the games.
Oh, gotcha.
So you're going to hire like
what
a
Jeff
whole
Bezos
board.
just did.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Look, Black people out here making history in sports. It's a big deal. Shout out to Cynthia. Shout out to Jason. We see you. Happy Black History Month.
Yeah. Cynthia Marshall, little tidbit, she came in after like a sexual harassment investigation had occurred at the Dallas Mavericks. Like they had found out that there was a lot of different complaints and stuff going on.
Right.
So Mark Cuban hired this black woman, Cynthia, to kind of spearhead that in 2018. So so that's been going on.
He was like, please help me fix this shit.
Yeah.
Because it's out of control.
It's
obviously.
crazy.
Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing.
People suing me left and right.
Help me, Cynthia.
And with that being said, you ready for our next segment?
Yeah, so what we got?
In other black history, Lil Boosie.
You know, I try really hard to love all my people.
For sure.
No, I try.
Yeah.
Very hard.
You do a great job.
I'm starting to lose it.
Okay. He's he's in the noise again these days because of his thoughts on Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, their new relationship. And I guess he wasn't really a fan of how she moved because she was with maybe Future previously, if I'm not mistaken, and somewhere else in between, or she just doing her own thing. Dating.
Whoa, crazy.
Novel concept.
Whoa. These women are radical. They're out here dating. Multiple men. The audacity. Yo.
Sarcastically, he said. What are your thoughts, man?
Lil Boosie is problematic for so many reasons. I'm still on why this nigga not in jail for having these kids have sex with these prostitutes, these children. That's what I'm on. Like, I have a real big problem with like the ether of social black conscious, because I feel like a lot of times, like, as black people, we give a lot of passes to black male celebrities because like they made it out and they're icons and we like their music, or they were a hero before we knew all this bad shit. And I get that. I know it's hard separating the art from the artist. Lil Boosie ain't done that much, in my opinion, for people to just be like continue to listen to this.
He is a badass though.
He is definitely bad. He's bad. And so like for me, I think this notion of like women's purity, I think it's very like old school. I think a lot of it, and as someone that's like anti-organized religion, I think it's like an old religious ploy. Like women have to be like pure and like untouched. And if you sleep, with different men and it's known, then like
a man really,
or any man, like it's problematic, or like the way you move is not ladylike. Like I'm just over that shit. And then he was saying like, ain't no man's gonna want to marry you, and women shouldn't be praising Lori Harvey, and like y'all want y'all daughters to be hoes, and the man that's the bachelor running through her is actually the man that deserves all the praise. And he had lost me before, but that's when I was like, okay, this is clearly just a nigga that's mad because you don't want women doing the same thing that you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like to look at people in their holistically sometimes, and this situation is just a prime example of, oh man, Lori Harvey didn't want me, so she got Michael B. Jordan, and so I'm gonna trash her instead of minding my own fucking business, which Boosie should be doing, in my opinion.
That part.
Also, I already have a problem keeping up with my own like kind of situations, and even like the people that my associates and my friends and stuff, the people that we all. Keeping up with Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey, like, wow, some people may do so for their own interests. I don't know when Lori Harvey was talking to Future versus when she's talking to Michael B. Timeline, who am I to say?
Right.
And, she's Steve Harvey's daughter, is that right?
Stepdaughter.
Okay. Somebody said she read that Think Like a Man, and it was like, say less,
She was
guy.
like, thank you.
But I think, there's the conversation when it comes to, the double standard and everything, I think it's, might be even like simpler than that. I think it's just, I think it's more closer to, why is Boosie talking about Lori Harvey? What are we talking about? And he didn't say anything to Michael B. Jordan. He didn't say, oh man, I can't believe Michael B. Jordan is dating this girl who was doing such and such.
That part.
His thing is picking a fight or attack the woman for some reason. But like you said, as if we needed a reason.
Yeah, it's just another hurt man yelling into the ether, coming for a woman that still she's not going to say anything. That's why I respect Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey's like, I'm not talking about this.
What's she supposed to say?
She was like, I'm living my life. You're mad about some shit. We don't know each other.
Did you or did you not have sex with Future and Michael B. Jordan? Yes. And like, cool. Next question.
Yeah, so I'm so that kind of like verbiage and like opinion is just very problematic on so many levels. But we're happy for you, Lori.
What do you think about that T.I. situation?
T.I. who?
T.I.P.
T.I.P.
Tip Harris.
Oh, yeah.
You hear about him and his?
I did hear about that.
And they
that whole
the 1, 2, 3 situation.
The sex triangle, drugging women.
What's that about?
Their show got pulled off the air.
No, I didn't. I thought they
yes.
just. Oh, okay.
No, nigga. They was like, production, stop.
Oh, okay.
Networks are very like, no.
Yeah.
Networks only need a reason to cut a nigga off.
Hey, it's hella content out here.
Right. We are not white people.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was going to, speaking of, we're content if television networks we're so moved.
Hit us up.
But yeah, it was just, I thought about it because you were talking about how people sometimes think about, celebrities and they made their favorite music.
Right.
T.I.P. did a number of different things, including be a mess sometimes. But when that came out, it was just kind of wow.
No, it is wild, and I haven't heard much about it recently because the way news works, like we're always like moving on to the next thing. It's like kind of hard to sometimes just stay focused. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Or we won't, and then we'll just move on to the next thing. With that being said, warmer outside today. I don't know what the temperature is in Texas, but some of them still ain't got no hot water. And some of them ain't got power.
Yeah. Some of them don't have clean water. They can't even drink the cold shit. Like 14 million people still without electricity and water.
That's crazy.
And it's been days.
It's been days.
You just cannot go that long without water.
Nah, man.
You can't. You heard what Rosalind said when she was on the show.
What'd she say?
Drink your water, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm not a sub, but I feel like she was talking to me.
Yeah, it's whatever the word is.
Drink your water, bro.
But yeah, so after Texas got hit with a huge snowstorm, and there was black ice, and on the highways, cars were starting to pile up and have accidents and wrecks, but because they couldn't see the black ice, that's what black ice does. I feel like calling it black ice is kind of a little racist, but that's another conversation for another time.
One of my exes is saved on my phone is black ice.
Really?
Yeah, because you never see them coming, and it's always treacherous. Yep.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, totally. All risk, yeah, I bet. So they had that whole situation going on, and it was a once in a lifetime, once in a generation, really, event, storm that happened, and knocked out all the power because they're on the grid system.
They're by themselves.
Yeah, and so when that happened, people had no power, no water for like days, and so people are looking to obviously their leadership. Their elected officials. Ted Cruz is one of those elected officials, and he decided to do his work remotely. From Mexico, he's gonna head down to Cancun.
Okay.
That boy, wow.
He was like, ugh.
No, thank you.
He was like, ugh, people are dying. I gotta go.
It's cold. Can we go to the beach?
People keep calling me. I don't have time. Okay, don't you know it's a snow day? I'm not working.
Do my job. I'm on vacation. Yeah.
Just so disappointed.
I mean,
y'all could have had Beto.
Yeah, they could have had Beto.
Okay.
Yeah, they could have. Beto O'Rourke, he was actually making like a bunch of, phone calls to, the elderly and making sure that, people are okay.
Yep.
Still trying to, stay in the news.
Yeah, doing Ted Cruz's job.
Exactly. Somebody got to do it.
Hello.
But meanwhile, Ted Cruz was seen, at the airport getting ready to go. He was seen on the plane. People was like, look at this motherfucker, Theodore Cruz, right here. Just got 2 check bags.
I know niggas hate social media now. I know we love it, but social media you ain't getting away with a motherfucking thing.
Nah, man, you can't go nowhere.
You are not. People are going to see you and gotcha.
Got him.
Like, even with your mask on, we see you. We know who you are.
You heard what his excuse was?
He said he was dropping his kids off.
Yeah, man. Because he was trying to be a good dad.
I done dropped off lots of kids in Cancun. So I feel him.
Have you?
Yeah, I feel him. I feel him on that. But also, you don't have to get on a plane to drop your kids. I ain't never seen that shit.
First of all, he has a wife. Second of all, we know he has a wife because Donald Trump trashed his wife, in which he did nothing about, and then defended Donald Trump on all the things.
Yeah.
So that's how we know he has a wife who could have just taken his kids.
Absolutely.
Two, that don't make no damn sense. You can put them damn kids on that plane by themselves. Also, you ain't got a lie to kick it, bro. That's all we saying.
Also, if I'm Ted Cruz's kid, I'm like, fuck you.
Right, they don't like him.
You blaming me for this? Really, Dad? Really?
There's videos of Ted Cruz's daughters aggressively not trying to kiss him while he's trying to kiss him on camera.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, get away from me, Dad.
Yes. Someone said Ted Cruz was the first Latin person to flee the United States to go to Mexico. They were like, he's like, I'm going to Mexico because this is ghetto.
Fuck, this is crazy.
Ghetto.
Ain't
I'm
got
glad
no water,
they didn't build that wall.
Ain't got no power. I can't watch my stories.
It's sad. But Ted Cruz is not the only elected official showing his ass in Texas.
That's true.
A mayor, I don't know what city, he's the mayor of
Colorado City.
Colorado City in Texas,
Yep.
which is interesting. It's Colorado City in Texas. Mayor Tom
Boyd.
He told his constituents that they better man up. Survival of the fittest.
Quit asking other people to take care of your own family.
Yeah, get it together.
Sir, this was not on the things I need to prepare myself for when I move to Texas.
I just wanted to know, what was your platform when you were running?
You know,
Vote for me. Fuck you. What was it?
vote for me, or I'm not doing shit though.
I'm not.
Don't ask me a motherfucking thing. Yeah.
I just don't understand. And to be honest, Texas, y'all went from running Joe Biden off the road to him graciously, because Trump wouldn't have did it. We know how Trump used to act for people that didn't vote for him. Him graciously declaring it a national emergency, sending assistance and funds, because that's what you do as a president.
Yeah.
And it's funny, there's this tweet going around that Ted Cruz says, he was like, climate change, I'll believe in climate change when Texas freezes over.
They said that in 2018 or 2013 or sometime. Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
With your dumb ass.
Dumb ass.
How you gonna try to, think about it. He's been living in Texas for who knows how long, right? Wikipedia does, but it's not if you know that. He's been living in Texas. One thing I know, Texas is never gonna freeze over. It's never gonna get to the point to where the power grid is gonna go down and people won't be able to have power or water or, ways to stay safe. I'm gonna tweet this.
Right.
Dude, you gonna really bet against climate change?
Climate change was like, say less.
Say less, my guy.
I got you. She was back there like that. She said, let me fix
Winter storm in Dallas.
Brew this storm. This nigga, I got something for him.
Black ice, please.
And what's even crazier is a lot of these companies, these power companies, water companies, they are still planning on charging people and raising the prices for the services you receive. Something that's really interesting. People talk a lot of shit about socialism and the evil that socialism does it up, but people don't say enough about when capitalism goes wrong.
Absolutely, yeah.
Capitalism, because if y'all were receiving some kind of socialism, you wouldn't even be in this situation.
Yeah, that's real.
To be honest, the capitalism got you fucked up. And I hope people pay attention to the people that are in power, the people you're voting for, the people you are aligning yourself with. And remember, when it's time to vote for Ted Cruz again, don't vote for that nigga.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they will, though, because, pick a reason, but, people feel like that, the party system is where they can just, lazily vote with their idea. Okay, they believe in these things. I'll say I believe in those things. But then they don't even believe in the party foundation a lot of times. But that's one thing. But also, when you were talking about the utility companies and the power companies, people have their bills on auto pay. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. But anyway,
learned not to do that a minute ago. Auto pay had me fucked up plenty of times.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. But people are seeing their bills at $8,000 a month because the power's still going, but nobody was in the house, like you had mentioned earlier. So it's
or I don't have access to the power.
Yeah.
The pipes done exploded in my basement. The water running. I'm watering everybody's yard in my community, and no.
People are showing apartment buildings where you're supposed to keep the water dripping, right? But people, the pipes freeze and multiple units with water busted, through the whole floor and leaking down. It's
running into them,
and then having a power bill.
It's crazy. I was watching people watch apartments burn the fuck down, and they were just like this. The apartment building is in flames, and they're like, you know what, God, you work in mysterious ways. Thank you for this. I see what you've
done for others.
Thank you for this. It's crazy. Niggas dying from carbon monoxide poisoning because they just running their cars or other things and not opening. It's just it's crazy, guys.
Some children have like passed away because of pick a reason.
Yes.
It's
the homeless.
The homeless.
Did you see that frozen possum on the fucking fence?
Oh yeah, I saw that shit.
That shit. How you free? That nigga was climbing a fence and got to the top and was like, "This is it."
I guess this is how I go,
bro. Like when people be like, "Tell me that it's cold" without saying it's cold. A fucking possum frozen at the top. That's insane.
I wonder what happened when he unfroze. Did he like wake up like, oh shit?
That's actually that's a terrifying thought. That's kind of scary, actually. I didn't think about the nigga thawing out.
But if we can go back to the worst part of this whole story, the Ted Cruz part, and when he lied and said, I was going to escort my daughters, and then somebody from I think United or the airline that he actually purchased his return ticket. He had bought it like that day that when all the stuff came out. He had another one to return on Saturday, but because of social media, like he said, he returned like on Wednesday or Thursday or something. So anyway, quit lying. But he's also the worst part of that because he was the main defense attorney or one of the defense people when it came to the Senate trial for impeaching Donald Trump, which actually ended on this past weekend too. What the hell, bro?
Y'all just pay attention to your elected officials.
Were you looking at any of the Senate trial?
I watched a little bit of it. I mean, as an African American living in America, sometimes people accuse us of having foresight. Can you see into the future?
EMP, some call it.
You know what I'm saying? ESPN.
Is it EMP? ESP? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
Like, that's ESP for niggas, ESPN. I knew Donald Trump was not gonna get convicted. I was not like holding my breath on that. Like anyone that pays attention to anything knows how like his like party had been like voting. And so was I disappointed? No. Was I surprised? No. Did the shit still frustrate the fuck out of me? Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
For sure, bro. It was crazy because I was watching it. I was like, when it first started, I was like, rumblings. I'm like, oh, okay, the trial's coming. Okay, nothing gonna happen.
Right.
I'm not even gonna get involved. And then, on Twitter, people were like, oh shit, they showing this new video. I'm like, oh shit, new footage? They dropped that shit like a mixtape. I was like, oh damn. They had the inside. They had the inside security video from when people were charging the Capitol, and we see them coming from the outside in, but this one was from outside and looking. It was like a peaceful Capitol, and then all of a sudden like a crowd. So I wasn't like paying attention until I was, and then I was like glued in, and then
the footage was devastating.
It was crazy. The wonderful Stacey Plaskett, she's from the U.S. Virgin Islands. She's one of the I think one of the impeachment managers that was kind of on the Democratic side, pleading the case to convict Donald Trump. She did an amazing job. It was like, I was looking at this and I was like, man, if OJ was watching this shit, he'd be like, you know what, y'all need to take me to jail too, because I did that shit.
Right.
However, like you mentioned with our ESP, I got some notifications that day, like from the New York Times, on my phone, because when news happens. So at 10 a.m., the Senate will hear closing arguments for the impeachment trial. 10:47, in an unexpected turn, the Senate voted to call witnesses for the Donald Trump impeachment trial. 1:30, looks like they struck a deal. The Trump's lawyers have struck a deal to avoid summoning witnesses. 3:43, they are voting now whether or not to convict Donald Trump. And 5:30 that day on Saturday, the whole trial, he had been acquitted.
It was a wrap.
All those things that happened in the same day. And I was like, what the hell? I didn't check none of these notifications. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, wait. Oh, all right. Oh, whoa. What the fuck? It's over after a week-long trial. And it was kind of like infuriating, really, because, it's kind of like a slap in the face. How are you going to, like, I feel like it was kind of like they were terrorizing the country and everybody that was watching the trial, knowing that nothing was going to happen on the back end. And Ted Cruz is one of the main clowns in that whole situation because, he was, always counting the votes, doing that House of Cards, bullshit. But yeah, man, that was just like a crazy time, man.
Such a crazy time, y'all. I'm telling y'all, 2020 and 2021, y'all starting to look real similar. And I need that shit to cut out immediately.
Yeah.
I saw someone tweet earlier. They were like, y'all be coming up on our anniversary. I said, oh, that cannot become a thing.
That's crazy.
What?
That's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Y'all just, if you don't live in America and you're watching, please pray for us.
Yeah.
Because it's the ghetto.
Yeah. Also, what's up? How's everything going on out there? You're outside of the U.S. You know, things are fine.
Right.
I think things are actually kind of crazy outside of the U.S. But, you know, whatever.
Right. I can't deal with that.
We can't do everything.
Okay.
But with that being said, you know, a lot of the, you know, stuff in the air, the climate of, you know, all the reasons to, you know, want to just stay in your house, you do, because they, you know, they tell you to.
Right.
And then, you know, you have work at home. A lot of people are working from home these days because of, you know, said pandemic.
Right.
How's working from home been for you?
It's been, so compared to working in my office, because my office is very specific, I have preferred working at home. I like being in my own space. It's specific. I like being in my own space. I enjoy kind of like having my own schedule. I do feel like if there wasn't a pandemic outside, this would be the perfect like work-life balance. Like I could do my work and then I can still go out and live my life. But because you can't leave, or if you do, like there is that kind of like fear or like, you know, worry in the back of your head, like you just have to be cautious.
Right.
It's stressful. Like typically you go to work and then if you had a bad day, at least you know you get to leave that motherfucker and go home to a new environment, and that's not the case now. Like people are stuck in their homes. They might be stuck in a job that they don't want to be in, but scared to leave because the corona. Or you have a bad day at work, but you at your house.
Yeah.
Like how do you decompress from that?
Yeah. Like for me, like the, you know, you have mentioned, you know, everything that you mentioned kind of relating to that, you know, there are times where it's like, oh shit, it's Friday night. Oh, okay, cool. And, you know, I just got off at, you know, 3 o'clock because, you know, I leave early.
Okay.
Close that laptop, like, excuse me, guys. You know, but it's like Friday and it's like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I'm at home, so I mean, I ain't about to go nowhere. So Friday sometimes feels like Monday. And, you know, all these days kind of run together sometimes. So
I didn't even know it was the 21st when you said that. So I feel you.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, so for me, one of the things I do is, you know, do different things on different days. You know what I'm saying? We were looking at like an old like list of like kind of self-care things that, you know, I think just picking a day on your calendar, looking at the calendar and giving yourself something to look forward to, whether it be for the week, whether it be for like 2 or 3 weeks out, and you know, just being like, oh wait, I have that thing scheduled, you know, to look forward to that one particular day, whether it's a massage or manicure, pedicure, you know, some kind of spa day or something like that.
Have dinner with a friend, like recreate like what you would typically do outside of your home, but within the, you know, safety of your own home. You and your friend get tested, y'all both negative, have dinner. One of you can cook, y'all order out, you know, like have a movie night, you know, do a spa at home, you know what I'm saying? Exercise, and I'm talking to me. It's tough, but it's really good for you. Since I've started working out, like my mood has been better. Like the endorphins have like really helped me. And earlier you were talking about something off camera, like about the importance of having a routine. Right. Like having a routine that works for you so that you are not consumed with all this shit. Yeah.
Because you know, this attention economy that we have these days, you know, everything's kind of, you know, looking for our attention all the time. You know, it's just everything is not just a thing; it's a thing like that's going to consume more of your, you know, time throughout the day. And when we, you know, use a lot of our attention in, you know, places that we weren't, like, if we don't plan to use our attention, then other things are going to, you know, plan for us.
Right, you're right. Also, and I cannot stress this enough, turn your fucking phone off. Turn it off. And, you know, a lot of people say, turn off. I don't give a fuck if you just turn it off and you just sit there in silence. Turn off your phone, get off social media. You need breaks from all of this because it is so much coming in all the time. Like you are, whether you realize it or not, you are being overwhelmed. You are being overstimulated, overextended, pulled in all these different directions. Your brain is like, what the fuck? Your body actually slick, like, why are you not running around like away? Like, what's going on?
Get out of here, right?
Jesus. So yeah, turn your phone off, get off social media for a little bit. You know, just do some things that like you love.
One other thing I was, you know, I do sometimes is, you know, when I'm eating, you know, sometimes we'll have the first person. Sometimes I'll fall into the habit of trying to do multiple things at once, whether it's like, you know, eating and reading, or eating and writing, or eating and, you know, listening to music, or, you know, try to set like, you know, a mood or whatever. Sometimes just, you know, like, you know what, I'm gonna just sit here, eat food, and just think about all the things that had to happen for me to be able to like chew this one bite of, you know, whether it be lettuce or, you know, some chicken or whatever the food is, kind of like taking my time with it and like savoring all the small moments, because the simple, you know, like you said, you know, screens and everything is real problematic sometimes.
Yeah, live in the moment. So yeah, guys, if you also have tips that people could use to decompress from work, especially if you're working from home, share them. Let us know. DM us. Hit us up.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we go into this one first, or sorry, that almost happened. This one first, or this one?
You know, let's get them other two out the way before we do that.
All right, cool. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So we got stimulus checks.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. After that disappointing ass trial, like Jamie said, y'all niggas took a week.
Yeah.
To acquit this nigga. Y'all could have just impeached him the second time and kept it moving. Because we didn't need all that.
We didn't need all the theatrics.
Y'all knew y'all didn't have them votes before y'all set the date for that fucking trial to commence. You know you didn't. And you know, I get it. You gotta try sometimes. But I wish you were working on these motherfucking stimulus checks. Where's my money?
Yeah.
Where's my money?
Yeah.
Like March 14th, guys, I don't know if y'all realize, March 14th is when a lot of the protections end. So unemployment, rental, and mortgage assistance.
Yep.
A lot of like certain like healthcare coverage. A lot of shit is ending. And y'all, I don't know if y'all been out here paying attention, but it's robbing season.
Oh, it's definitely robbing season.
It's robbing season.
They robbing like a motherfucker.
Like,
don't leave your door locked. I'm sorry, don't leave your door unlocked. Maybe you don't need to leave it locked, because maybe they can just let them just open it.
Maybe they won't bust in your window then. They'll just open the door and at least you ain't got to pay to have that shit.
You ain't got to, you know, that's one other thing you got to deal with.
Yes. It's crazy. And on March 14th, y'all, if they don't have this new COVID relief budget deal passed, it's going to get worse. Y'all focus on that shit.
Yeah.
I too, like Joe Biden, I'm tired of talking about Trump. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You know what I care about? Where's my money? I need it.
Yeah. You know, with that being said, some people are saying, you know, Joe Biden is kind of circling back on the whole $50K student loan situation.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You know.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think he did. He's a politician. One. He's been a politician for 40 plus years. So you know he's been a politician longer than you and I have been alive. Yes. So you know that's one thing. So he definitely played his like politician. He stayed to those roots in the idea of, you know, doing whatever it takes to get the W. Because I remember seeing videos of him saying like, yeah, we're going to do the 50K student loan forgiveness thing. Yeah, we just, you know, just kind of, even if it was kind of out the side of his mouth, saying whatever it takes to, you know, get people to vote.
Right.
For, you know, even if it's just for Ossoff and Warnock during the runoff election. I always knew that Joe Biden he wasn't really about that life, you know, because, you know, that's more of like a Bernie Sanders kind of
Elizabeth Warren,
AOC kind of, you know, exactly.
Yeah.
Even the, you know, with Andrew Yang, how he had talked about the $2,000, you know, standard income where everybody would get, you know, just that a month. Those are those kind of thoughts. That's not a Joe Biden thought.
Socialism.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Everybody caring for everybody.
Like, what the fuck?
Crazy. But you know, as far as what I think about, he's been doing a lot of stuff for the last 30 days. I don't know. I mean, he hasn't, I think once he makes the 10K thing, you know, legitimate, I think, you know, and he'll probably have some other things, you know, some other effects after that. I don't know. I think it's more of like still at a wait and see stage right now.
Yeah, I feel like
early.
I feel like it is still early to that point. Like, he has done a lot of things. Has he done everything he's promised? No, it's only been 30 days.
Right.
And there's a lot of fucking shit going wrong, guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
But to your point, I always say, anytime someone's running, I would go look at like their actual website and their campaign promises, and I don't give a fuck what you say after that. If you ain't changed that shit in writing, if you ain't updated your website, because his website said 10K forgiven, and then all these other stipulations for other loan forgiveness.
Yeah.
And he's like, that is what I'm sticking to.
Yeah.
Y'all vote for y'all own interests. All these other niggas that's not the president, talking about 50K, I don't listen to people that don't have no power.
Yeah.
Hopefully Bernie Sanders, now that he's the new committee head of like finances or whatever, like there'll be other changes to your point, you know, coming down the pipeline, but I'll take 10K.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take it.
I think he can only really do the 10K because it's like a number that's not so like large that it'll like, unbalance any kind of thing.
Right.
But also, I think that's more of like an act for Congress to make it more long term because the president, he signs like executive laws, right? Executive orders. Thank you. Which can be turned around, as soon as the next president or somebody comes in. But Congress, they have the the ability to like write laws and things that stick.
So talk to your congressman.
Please
do that shit. Yeah.
Moving on.
Well, quick. Also, while we talk about money, reparations.
Oh, okay.
Back on the table. The White House press secretary recently came out and she was talking about how Joe Biden has been talking about reparations with his aides, and she kind of was like very like sure to say not that he was going to do it, but that it was talks. He did take it seriously. He knows the plight of like his black voters, and he appreciates that, and so it's back on the table. This is me. Democrats been talking about this for a long time. Niggas been talking about reparations forever.
Forever. Since slavery ended.
Since like forever at this point. The Democrats are now in control. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath because once again, I'm an African American that lives in America. I know how shit goes. However, reparations, it got me thinking.
Okay.
What does reparations look like
okay.
for different people nowadays? Like, what would reparations look like for you? Like, what is something you could use, would want, like something that sounds like, that's what I want in the form of a reparation.
Okay. This is kind of like, like you said, this is a conversation that comes up every so often. For me, I think reparations, how can you pay back slave time, free labor? You really can't because, pick a reason, but also, so I think the reciprocal of that, and just give me time, but still, money. So if I'm working, say like, let's just say all black people had, during the month of February, half a day at work, but they still got paid the same.
Right.
So therefore, you're getting some time back. It's not completely unproductive because, they're coming in a little bit.
Right.
And at the same time, it's like there is some kind of, noticeable difference between somebody that is an ancestor of slavery and is not.
Right, right.
That's what thought I have.
Yeah, I definitely think there should be some kind of financial component, but I want land. I want all, because land is invaluable. I don't think enough people recognize that, and the government can do this thing called eminent domain, which a lot of people should know more about. The government can come into an area, and let's say it's your shit, and they can be like, this is our shit now, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. It's called eminent domain.
Yeah, they've done that already a couple times.
Yeah, so I need y'all to eminent domain, take some fucking land from people that you shouldn't have all that shit anyway, because if things were fair, black people would have owned a lot of this anyway, and you need to reallocate that to black people so that they can pick and choose whatever they can do, whether you want to build on it or sell it or have people allocate a rent. That, like, a lot of people make so much money off like leasing land or like commercial like projects on land or just any kind of stuff. I want land. Give it to me, and I want it to be good shit. I don't want no shit that don't nobody else want. The shit been on sale forever. Everybody know that one house in your neighborhood. Don't nobody want that shit. It's just the prices keep dropping.
Weeds growing all in front of your yard.
No. Like, seriously, I think money and land, that shit, like, I don't need a mule, I don't think. But that 40 acres, I don't know how much mules cost. Give me some money and I want some land.
Yeah, I will take the mule, though. Might be a good companion.
You're not allergic to them.
Probably.
You might be able to ride that bitch.
I'm allergic to horses, so I'm probably allergic to them.
Oh, yeah, that nigga definitely is like a cousin.
Yeah.
He in the family.
I don't sneeze on my left side, but I definitely sneeze on my right side with them. But yeah, reparations.
So I guess we'll
however
see.
you want to give me anything, I'll take that too.
I ain't never said no to nothing free.
I ain't never said nothing.
Like,
well, I've said no to a couple things, but moving on. Justin Timberlake's in the news. He doesn't have a new album. Does he have a new album?
No.
Damn.
Oh, JT.
What is he doing in the news? Don't he got a baby?
I think he might have more than one baby. I know his wife is stressed. I think anytime like you dating someone and they doing some shit like that ain't popping, and then people looking at you like this.
That's crazy. Why is Justin Timberlake in the news? I see something, I see words, but I don't really get it.
I'm gonna break it down.
Okay.
So recently, a Britney Spears documentary came out talking about it's called Free Britney.
Okay.
People have been talking about this for a minute because Britney Spears is in a conservatorship. So her dad has had her in this conservatorship for years.
A what?
So conservatorship.
What is that?
So basically, he controls all her money.
Oh.
Britney Spears.
Today?
Today.
Damn.
And it's very hard to get out of these once they're established. Typically, they're put in place for people who are not in a place where they can make sound financial decisions.
Oh.
So when Britney Spears had her breakdown a couple years ago, that really was a result of postpartum. Her dad took control of all her assets, and it's very hard to get. No one has ever overturned a conservatorship in America. That's never happened before. So they did a documentary recently. She won a court battle where 50% of her conservatory is now owned by this company that helps people get it turned back over to them.
Wow.
And so now this bank, they're going to go through all her assets because she alleged that her father has been stealing money from her. Britney Spears was supposed to be worth around, I think, $250 million.
Sound about right.
Now she's only worth $50 million.
Okay.
Where the fuck is the money if I'm not spending it? I can't spend my own money. Where is it? So yeah, she's refusing to work. She's not going to. So it was a documentary. It's helping. But also in the documentary, people have shown how all these people have taken advantage of her and kind of abused her and all this kind of stuff. And Justin Timberlake was a big part of that when he slut shamed her in the street and wrote Cry Me a River about her and did several.
Was that about her?
Yes.
That's my shit though.
Yeah, she's the woman, the blonde woman walking through the videos, but you'll never see her face.
They all look alike, so I just figured it's another white woman.
It's Britney Spears.
No offense.
Because they had a very highly publicized relationship at the time.
For sure.
And he kind of he did a lot of public interviews, dragging her,
really?
accusing her of cheating on him.
You watched the documentary?
I watched some of it.
Okay.
And it's interesting. A lot of stuff I didn't know. And I feel really bad for Britney Spears, to be honest. I feel bad for anybody that's been taken advantage of constantly, just kind of pimped out essentially so other people could use you.
Yeah.
So that came out. People were dragging Justin. So Justin decided to make an apology to Britney Spears, and he included Janet Jackson in the apology.
Why is he talking about? Wait, what?
Because all this shit came out around the Super Bowl.
Documentary?
No, but all this stuff came out around the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl people be National Janet Jackson Appreciation Day.
Y'all remember when Janet Jackson titty came out?
Yes, people still talk about it.
You damn right.
Yes, and so he decided to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, to which he got more backlash.
Yeah, I mean, because they don't be just throwing her in there she's coming she's a stimulus check or something like that.
And to that black woman also.
That black chick too. Sorry for taking titty out.
You're trash. You're trash, bro. And his apology was, I know I've reaped the benefits of white privilege and a male society and this and that. Yeah, I'm glad you know. That ain't helping. You know what? I'm tired of apologies. I'm sorry. I don't care. Give her some fucking money.
Yeah.
Because Justin Timberlake ain't got to make another fucking album if he don't want to.
Yeah. Janet Jackson lost a lot during that whole situation. She lost sponsorships and it was weird. She some of the brothers, they would talk about how difficult it was for her to come around the family because she didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, she was shamed.
Yeah, exactly.
Shamed, ridiculed publicly, endorsements. They wouldn't play her music on the radio. She lost all kinds of deals.
You think they planned that shit though?
What?
The titty thing. Or
Hell
you think it was Justin Timberlake or you think it was a planned thing?
I think they both planned it.
Exactly.
She had a fucking pasty on.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't I just wear a pasty?
You don't wear a pasty.
I mean, unless she has something to do afterwards.
Maybe she did. She looks busy.
Look. But yeah, JT, just sit down. I'm just so sick of white men shoulda, woulda, coulda, oops.
My bad, y'all.
Oops, I did it again.
But I mean, But I mean, I don't know, what are, the people that are asking for apologies, for Britney Spears. Yes. Mm-hmm. But what is even if it was the best apology, it didn't include Janet Jackson.
Right. And to be clear, they didn't ask him to apologize. They weren't even talking to Justin. They asked everyone that had played a part in her demise to take accountability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so whatever accountability looks like, is half-ass apologies.
Yeah,
for a lot of people.
That's true too. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just like you say, the apologies and the acknowledgement. Yes, that is definitely necessary. It's just, I think people in the house. If people was out and about,
oh, absolutely, people
wouldn't really care as much.
Absolutely,
people wouldn't be watching. Not as many people would be watching Britney Spears' documentary. I'm sure, a certain number would, but
no, but you're right. I'm telling you, COVID done fucked a lot of y'all up, and guess what?
Yeah,
the time has come for you to reap what you sowed.
That's true too. They gotta reap it. They gotta reap. They gotta reap it.
Because you sold it.
Now it's time for real mother news.
Y'all know this is my favorite segment, and there's a lot of real news.
It's a lot of real news out here, guys. It's a lot of real news.
This blue steel that you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, it's because I watched a couple real news movies, and my mood has changed ever since I watched these movies. That's all I'm saying.
So what's going on in your real news? What you been watching?
Sure, I've been watching a couple things. Mm-hmm. For example,
yes,
Judas and the Black Messiah.
So what'd you think?
I'll be John Brown if I wasn't surprised that the FBI had something to do with the assassination of Fred Hampton, Black Panther Party leader in Chicago, Illinois.
21.
21 years old this man was. Crazy. Hired this black young man, played by Lakeith Stanfield, aka Judas, to kind of circumvent the Black Panther Party as an undercover agent in this whole movie. It was crazy.
I love how you turned into Jesse Jackson.
You damn right.
His cadence.
You damn right. But yeah, so I watched that movie. David Kaluuya's in there. Is that his? Daniel? Mm-hmm. Daniel Kaluuya?
Yes.
Great job. Mm-hmm. That guy's doing it. He's playing that like that. I can't even think of the word, but like the like that black character, like he's like the black character, the black lead of our time.
Yeah, like a black icon.
He was Get Out. This movie.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. The actual, not the actual, but the Marvel Black Panther.
Yes.
As opposed to this Black Panther.
Right.
Two Black Panthers. How you?
Look,
that's
Destiny.
It's crazy. But yeah, I watched that. I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. Some people, say that it's not as focused on Fred Hampton as much, but the storytellers or the writers want to focus on the other
the Judas
Lakeith Stanfield's character.
Y'all better read. They say reading essential. The name of the movie is Judas and the Black Messiah, not the Black Messiah and Judas. So yeah, I didn't watch it. I have to be in the right headspace to see certain kinds of films, especially when y'all know I've talked about it before. I don't like biopics. I'm just not a fan. I like to see shit that I don't know how it's gonna end. And when I know how some shit gonna end, guess what? I'm less likely to watch it. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably gonna turn it on and just let it play so that HBO do get my count. That way I support it.
Get that count.
But hey Daniel, I love you. Okay.
What was the?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I don't know.
But yeah, so the movie does focus a little bit more on William O'Neill, but you do get a good visual of Fred Hampton during that time. Really, really interesting, really great. I thought it was a great movie, but
Yes, I heard it was outstanding, even with like its criticisms of like people would have. Anytime people watch something, you kind of. I wanted it to do this, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I get it. It's tough. Write a movie.
One of the things, people do have, other issues with is some of the people on the soundtrack and some of the tracks on the soundtrack. Jay-Z, for example, I think A$AP's on there. Just a number of different people that are more in the capitalistic society than Fred Hampton would have been. But actually...
Or people that have come off as anti-black.
Also,
yes.
Also, but also, I guess if we're thinking about that, like thinking about it more as a movie about Judas, William O'Neill, and not necessarily Fred Hampton, maybe that's
appropriate.
Maybe it is appropriate. With that being said, so because they're talking about how they talk about more capitalism and stuff, and jewels and
shout out to the Judases. And, shout out to y'all.
But Jay-Z did donate like all of his proceeds or all of his money from how much it would have took for his verse to I think the Nipsey Hussle Foundation, if I'm not mistaken. No. So that did happen.
Good.
You been watching anything these days?
Yes. So trailers have been coming out, y'all. I'm really excited because I feel like last year the movies were like, no, stop, we shut down. And so movies are coming out, and a lot of them are going to be on streaming platforms as well as in the theater, which I love. The trailer for Cruella just dropped.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Cruella.
Okay.
And I love villains. I love a villain.
She's from the 101 Dalmatians?
101 Dalmatians, yes. I love a villain, especially a villain origin story, because I'm very fascinated in people's behavior. I was a psych major. I like to kind of see how niggas got to where they were. Because people are just, a lot of people don't just start off how they are.
Yeah.
So, some niggas are just born evil. But Cruella is played by Emma Stone. It looks really interesting, very fresh, new take on it. Check the trailer out. I can't wait to see that.
I like Emma Stone.
I love Emma Stone. Bruh.
What's up?
Mortal Kombat, the remake, Did you see the trailer?
You damn right I saw that trailer.
Like, my nephew loves Mortal Kombat. He can't see this. Okay.
It's gory. It's gory.
Just, whoa. Like, I'd be a little uncomfortable when you play the games, but I like to play them, so, you know.
Yeah.
But he can't see that movie.
Yeah, that movie looks legit. It looks like all the characters have like their own story, and you know, Mortal Kombat is kind of like the name of it, and even like the franchise.
Yes.
It looks like they do it justice from the trailer.
Absolutely. I love the original. I can't wait to see it. Like, graphically, it looked crazy. Like, the beginning when, like, if you ain't seen the trailer, it's a spoiler alert. When the nigga shot the gun and Sub-Zero froze them bullets, and he watched them just kind of, I was like,
yeah,
I can't wait.
It's gonna be fire, bro.
It's gonna be great. I'm really excited about that. What else you been watching?
Oh, okay. Something else that tweaked my mood a little bit.
Yes.
Malcolm and Marie.
Eminem.
Not all of this is going to melt in your mouth, okay, guys?
Definitely not Malcolm and Marie.
But yeah, Malcolm and Marie is a movie with John David Washington and Zendaya. It's a black and white movie, and there's a lot of noise on the internet about it. You got any thoughts about it? Did you see it?
No, I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it? Okay.
No. If I wanted to watch people argue, I'd go home. I want to say this carefully. I am very particular about white directors telling black stories. I am very interested in like authenticity, and I love diversity and representation, but I also want it to be told from a true place. And I think sometimes that's difficult to do if you're not black.
Okay.
So that was my kind of one reason I was like, I don't know if I'm interested in this. Two, I read a lot of the reviews, which I probably shouldn't, before I decided if I was gonna watch it. And a lot of people just told me it was a long ass argument.
It is. It is. So, I mean, I think it's a snapshot in one night of arguing. So it's and how a couple kind of how the different things kind of permeate through a relationship. How they sometimes they just like come out.
Right.
And it was kind of interesting seeing some of John David Washington's or Malcolm's like inability to understand his partner, and how she would be upset about whatever it is, and then he would kind of listen to what he wants to listen to and react to what he wants to react to. And it was kind of interesting, like, oh man, he don't even get her, or even on her side, like, yeah, but that's not where he was coming from, So it was kind of like one of those kind of watching, like you said, if you wanted to watch an argument, you would. But I enjoyed it as a film. It was interesting. So the plot of the movie is, do you want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. So the plot of the movie is Malcolm is like a filmmaker, like a director, and they just had this wonderful night of his premiere, and they have like an argument about something that happened at the party before they get home. So I thought it was an interesting, like, I don't like how they sold the movie, because before the movie had came out, we saw John David Washington, Zendaya in this kind of like love sequence kind of trailer thing, like he's going over her, climbing on her on the bed, and but the movie, like you said, was not like kind of about that at all. Yeah,
it's not about black love.
It's not about that. So that's one thing I didn't like, but I enjoyed it as a movie. I thought it was an interesting take. There were moments of it not feeling authentic because of I think maybe some of the script writing and some of that disconnect, but there were some like on the nose hits when it comes to, and that's probably just from like relationships in general, not necessarily just black relationships. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it for itself. It wasn't what I wanted, and it wasn't what they were selling me, but I enjoyed what they gave to me.
So briefly, because I know you're watching this now and I don't want to spoil it, I do want to briefly talk about WandaVision.
Okay.
For what episode are you on?
4 or 5.
4. How do you feel about the series?
I am growing disinterested.
Okay.
I was really interested in the first couple episodes. Like you said, mentioned, you told me, I would like the
I Love Lucy.
Yeah, like the early sitcom kind of situation, and I don't know what it is that's not as interesting as before, but that's where I'm at. I'm also in the that middle
Gotcha.
tier.
So there's a huge reveal. For those of you that have watched episode 7, y'all know it was a major reveal at the end. It's crazy. My personal opinion, I think it's one of the most refreshing, interesting told stories that I've watched in a minute. Because there's a lot of like things that are out that are just like replicas of each other. But this is a very interesting. It's very unique. I'm really interested to see where it goes.
I'm impressed by it, definitely.
Yes.
Because they're real, like, intentional, yet, like, patient with all their different choices.
Yes. And everything means something. Yeah. Everything means something, and you slowly start to see some of the meanings, and it's very hard to predict, and I think that's what I like.
Okay.
I like that the writing's unpredictable. For those of you that saw episode 7, y'all DM me. That shit was lit. Y'all check out WandaVision.
They can't DM me if I ain't seen episode 7?
No. You do not want it spoiled. It is.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, y'all know. But yeah, so check out WandaVision.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll continue watching it one of these days. Next, I got COVID vaccine, but I don't know why we got it. We kind of talked about it.
Yeah.
Is this an old list or something?
No, it's not old. I just wanted to.
So this is new.
Yeah, it's new.
You got something to say? Did you get the vaccine?
No, I want it though.
Oh, okay.
I want it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just want to talk. Hey, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Out there in Georgia, if you got it and you don't work at a hospital or you're not 65 plus, please let me know how you did it.
What was your secret?
Because I want it, and it's not available to me from what I'm being told. And I too want to be vaccinated. And I hear it's niggas out here that don't want it. I'll take one of the don't wants.
Same.
I keep seeing niggas in other states that are my age that don't work at the hospital.
Yeah.
Getting vaccinated, and I don't want to have to sleep with a man that's 70 to get his vaccination. I'm
kind of tired of waiting outside a Grady Hospital by the trash can.
Yeah.
Because they throw away some of them vaccines.
Right. And I also am afraid of needles, so I don't want to administer it myself. Also, I don't want to have to get a part-time at the hospital.
Yeah.
To get it.
Yeah.
Like, just tell me which hospital is doing it and which niggas don't want it, and I'll take it.
I'll just wait. I got to get on standby for a vaccine.
It's stupid.
And it's crazy because I think we're in this stage right now because so many people have not. So many people that are eligible right now have not gotten it.
Yes.
So I think they've been trying to but also they've been mishandling the vaccine situation, the rollout. They just need to go ahead and I think in one of these cities they got like the people that are over the Chick-fil-A rollouts. To kind of administer like the testing.
And it's running better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because let me tell you, I don't like Chick-fil-A, but the shit gonna be organized.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did hear that for you that they're gonna have vaccines open up at the Delta Flight Museum. So
gotcha.
Look out for that.
Gotcha. And I will be there, posed as one of the statues to get my fucking vaccine. Like, seriously, I just want it at this point.
The statues are planes. The Flight Museum.
I'm a method actor, so I'll work on it. Yeah, guys, I just want it. So yeah, that's all.
Both my parents got vaccinated.
That's great. That's great. I'm happy for them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too. One day.
Okay,
we got it.
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Fuck. Because 60% of the people that have gotten it are white. And a lot of niggas ain't getting it. And
yeah.
I just don't want to be one of them niggas that miss out.
Nah.
And for you niggas that's like, I'm not taking the vaccine, okay, cool.
Cool, yeah.
Cool.
Next. We got some white shit coming up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but we're gonna do that right after Let It Burn, okay? So usually what we do at this point, we what's wrong?
You're switching it up.
What do you mean?
You better do Let It Burn before white shit. We usually always do Let It Burn last and white shit before that, but okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But if you want to do white shit first, we can do that. All right, whatever. So white shit. This week in white shit, we have Chris Harrison.
Let's talk about Chris Harrison.
Okay, the host of The Bachelor.
Yes.
I know that.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Yep. So he used to be the host of The Bachelor.
Okay.
Recently, he was on Entertainment Tonight. He was talking to Rachel. I don't know her last name, but she was the first black Bachelorette. And they were talking about one of the girls that was on the show. Some stuff that came out where there were pictures of her at a party that was like an antebellum Old South party, like one of those racist parties.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of those.
Yeah. And we don't ever get invited because,
obviously,
who would we play there? The slaves. And so
slave number 2.
Yeah, it's not great. So it wasn't a good look. So Chris Harrison was talking about it with Rachel. And he was like, yeah, but Rachel, it was in 2018. And I get it. In 2021, if that had happened, bad. Racism, bad in 2021. But it was 2018. No one knows any better.
These white people be wild.
No one knows. And Rachel was like, no, I think it would have been a problem in 2021 and 2018. Before that, she said racism is never okay. He's like, no. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying I agree with what she did. Right. I'm not saying that. But Rachel, it was 2018.
Yeah.
It's 2021. We've come such a long way.
They're so blind. They don't even see. They don't even be like hearing themselves when they say things. You know, like they can't hear themselves when they say things.
I'm like, white privilege must also make you deaf. Yeah. Like, I'm like, what are you saying? So he's no longer the host.
Yeah, they got rid of him. Disney don't play that shit.
Yeah, ABC was like, just in case you didn't know, your boss, the president of ABC, is a black woman. Once again, just not, you don't even, like, black people, we be having to do research when we going for a job, who do this, and what we're in there, what the nigga like, and what he like on Wednesday and Thursday, do he have attitude, do he like niggas? Yeah. Like, white people just.
They go, take me as I am.
The world, I'll be fine, because I'm white, and I'm a man. Like, that was some white shit. Like, just do emotional intelligence, work on your tone deafness, and also some, just for future reference, racism was never okay.
Nah, it was never acceptable.
In any year. So, just don't get rid of that talk track.
Yeah.
That's that white shit.
White people be doing some crazy shit, bro.
Things that white people do. Cut it out.
And now.
Yes.
Now?
Yes.
Okay. Now it's time to let it burn.
Hey.
Before, let's let it burn. This week, every week we like let something burn, kind of get something, get rid of something. I don't know why I'm struggling to say things, but get rid of something that we kind of been, having for the time being.
Hold on to.
Thank you. So Warren, so I can stop talking. You know where you're letting burn this week?
I do. It's actually
wonderful.
Funny.
What is it?
It's funny because you earlier in the podcast, Jamie brought up dogs, and I was like, that's his ESPN. Because I literally am letting burn people that leave their animals outside in inclement weather. I was seeing.
I shouldn't do that.
No, you shouldn't fucking do that. Okay. And I'm talking to niggas most of the time because white people, y'all be kissing y'all dogs in the mouth. Like when I tell you they love, like white people typically, because some of y'all trash went towards animals. White people love animals. Like they be like, this nigga, this is my brother. This is my baby.
He's a member of the family.
I love him. Like I would run into a burning building for my cat. Yeah. And so I be seeing a lot of niggas. One of my neighbors, for example, right across the street, this nigga got a chihuahua. I don't like that chihuahua. It's mean as fuck. It be raining, snowing, lightning, wind be blowing. It's a chihuahua. Trees are falling down. Why your dog outside?
He in the wild.
And chihuahuas aren't wild creatures. It's not a wolf.
It's a dog.
And also, it's on a leash. He can't even escape to go somewhere where his natural
instincts. He ain't nowhere to go
anyway.
This is for his own good. I'm sorry. Go ahead. He should let it burn.
Let me tell you. And now I'm talking to Jamie. Obviously, Jamie, one of these people. Dogs don't belong outside all the time. I also I don't think dogs should be outside, but that's just a personal thing. If you want to put your dog outside, okay. Dogs don't belong outside when it's snowing. Your dog ain't no fucking Siberian Husky. You got a damn pit bull chained to a tree, and the damn chain this fucking long. Nigga can't even reach the water bowl because the wind done knocked it over because it's been tornadoing. Yeah. I saw niggas fleeing Texas, leaving their dogs outside. I saw a lady on it, she was yelling. The dog is screaming outside because it's so fucking cold. She's like, bring your dog inside. What's wrong? Y'all, we got to do fucking better. Stop treating these animals like this.
Stop treating them like animals, guys. Stop it.
Yeah, don't do that. They're domestic animals. They're not wild for a reason. You chose to make these niggas not wild.
If you get a Siberian Husky, you make them go outside only in the summertime. So
that's cruel and unusual punishment. So yeah, that's why I'm letting burn. Niggas, do better because you shouldn't own the dogs. Why the fuck you get it if you didn't want it around? I just don't. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm letting burn.
Okay.
And I'm carrying around clippers, scissors, bolt cutter chain. I'm setting your animals free.
Set them free. Set them free.
What you letting burn?
Thank you. I forgot. Okay. So what I'm letting burn this week is So silence. Like I said, like I had mentioned earlier, it was kind of like a week for me. So I didn't really want to like talk to like a lot of people. We had pushed the recording back a little bit. Just wasn't in like the talking mood. This week I'm letting silence burn. And that includes like even if I'm at the house by myself, I don't have a problem talking to myself usually, but this past week I was like, Jamie, don't even talk to me, dog. Just give me a second, bro. Yeah, I'm doing that.
Let it burn. Last but not least, we got to let it burn for the podcast because this podcast is lit.
It's lit.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for another wonderful episode of the Audacity podcast. You can check us out at theaudacityjmeandwarren.com. That's our website. You can hit us up on Instagram at theaudacityjmeandwarren. Our personal handles, mine is Warren's World 18.
Mine is Say Less Jamie, JME that is.
You can hit us up on Twitter at The Audacity Podcast. YouTube, please. A lot of people have been hitting me up like, I want to watch the podcast. Where can I find it? You can subscribe to our YouTube page, The Audacity !podcast.
Yeah.
If you are looking for the link and you can't find it, hit me up. I will send it to you. Subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know.
We be dropping them like next day,
So let me know, so you can see us because sometimes people want to visually see the podcast.
We got episodes like Krabby Patties. We be just throwing them out there.
Also, Facebook, The Audacity Podcast. Hit us up. Oh, our email, theaudacityjmeandwarren@gmail.com.
Check us out, guys.
Yes.
We got some new merch coming out. Are we talking about that or are we going to wait?
We can talk about the merch. So we do have apparel coming out.
That's two things. We got new merch and it's apparel. They like, oh my God. They trying to go on the website now. Don't crash our website, guys.
Don't. It's not up yet. It's not up yet. We're working on it. We do have apparel coming out. We're excited for you guys to see it. You'll be able to be a part of the Audacity fam, Audacious fam, and get your apparel to support the podcast.
Yeah. Until then, we still have candles.
Yes.
We still have episodes that you can check out. Even if they're old, it's not about that. It's about just being in the space with us. So go ahead and check out some old episodes. If you want to, listen to an older episode and be like, oh man, I should hit him up about such and such. Feel free to do so.
Please do so.
And one of the outlets that Warren mentioned earlier.
Yes.
So you got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, with that being said, until the future.
Bye.
Bye, guys.